Everything that I put on this channel is in the public interest. Voice recordings or voice notes which are put out cannot and will not be used in a court of law as evidence, as they are there for information purposes only, to help people gain closer access to find the truth in order to gain some closure. This channel does not promote slander or defamation, but anything that is in the public interest may be published. This channel is based on facts and opinions based on those facts. Sometimes the information could be wrong or misleading. If this is the case, then we will come back and correct our mistakes. And we are open to debate.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh dear. Tell you what, the weather's quite cold. It's 34 degrees. Turn my aircon up. Oh dear. I'll tell you what, if I had a lot of money, I mean a lot, and I was tasked with spending it on others, that was the task. I could only spend it on others. I couldn't spend it on myself. I'd fly a good proportion of you out here and see as a social experiment. I'd video it all, but it wouldn't be live, to see and then send you back to the UK and analyse your behaviour. That's what I'd do. I'd probably call it like a YouTube City or something, or YouTube Shitties in the cities. I'd have like I think there would be like a rules, like it would have to be people that got beef with each other and have to live in the same area, and I'll make it that they got to get on to survive. Hey, hang on, that was in a. I must have subconsciously got that idea from a HBO, I think it was, where he did a sheriff. He did a social experiment in the county jail, and he said he took away all the rules from the prison rules from one of the wings, and he said, right, from now on, the inmates are not going to be locked up in their cells. They're going to be free to run as they wish, but the catch was that to be able to survive meant and keep those privileges, it meant they'd all have to work a way to get on with each other. And I only watched a few episodes, but it looked quite successful, you know. And people group together, and I believe they do this in the army as well. I believe the aim of the game is to the drill sergeant to be as harsh, and as horrible as possible to you. The reason being is infantry or whatever they are, to bond together. And the reason why they bond is if they got the same animosity towards the drill sergeant. In other words, they want to be drill sergeant wants to be hated, so the people, the soldiers, bond together. And it was interesting. I was watching Smiler's live earlier, and Gypsy Dave was on there, and about this racism thing. And the way I see racism is from travelling around the world and having mixed race kids, is that when you're in like against the wall, GC's there. When you're against, so I've got no people like jokers to like the equivalent of that to block you and time you out for no reason. And monks. The reason, the way I look at racism is when you're in survival mode and you're under attack and you're under fire and you're not going to be able to get out of there alone. Now, if the person backing you up is backing you up, you're not going to take time to check out what country he's from, his ethnic background, his religious views, and this and that. But that's the person that might help you get out there, you know, so you can go home and see your children. In the hospitals in the UK, you know, you got a lot of doctors and they're Indians and Pakistanis and blacks and Filipinos and God knows what. But at the end of the day, you know, when you're lying in bed with a heart attack or some sickness, you're not going to be able to pick and choose who's going to come and allow you to live out the rest of your days. Hello, Emma. Right. Forget GC. He's just, I'm just playing with him. He's a nobody. He's just a copper, which can't do fuck all. He's from a different jurisdiction. You better be careful though, because he will be, how do I get a link out? How the fuck do I do it now? You're calling him the unthinkable with no evidence. Huh? Yeah. Well, no, I'm not calling him it. I'm giving him my opinion. My opinion will always be the same. I believe he's a copper. No, I might be wrong, but he's also given me no evidence to prove that he isn't one, or that he's been to jail, or that. Huh? GC calling you. Well, I haven't got my Instagram on me. Anyway, look, I need to get this link out. Hang on. Forget about GC anyway. I don't want GC in the background. I'm looking on the bloody menu. GC, you're not getting on. You can have your say later. You can have a say towards the end, maybe. I'm a fool should have watched me till the end. I don't care. I like toying with GC. Huh? Hang on. That can't be real, Emma. Who's a speedo? Fucking baffled, Emma. GC. Oh, GC's calling me a speedo. Right. Sorry, yeah, I'll get you. Yeah, he is. I forgot about that. So, yeah, he just ran me up and called me a fucking speedo. All right. Hello, I'm going to take this sticker
Jimmy,
down.
Jimmy, are you awake this morning?
Hang on. Oh, Christ. I'm driving. No
Are you
problem, I'm
awake?
driving.
Are you awake this morning? Let me just explain what I've just put there, and you were going,
Yeah, no, I get it
right,
now. He called
right.
me a speedo.
I was talking to GC and saying you're calling Jimmy the unthinkable without any evidence. Then
Ah,
I was saying GC is calling you Jimmy because you went, oh no, I'm not calling him. I'm just calling him a copper. So I was saying no. I was talking to GC in the chat. And
oh,
I went, for fuck's
I
sake,
worry about
Jimmy. And then you went, what's he calling me? And I went, a fucking speedo, obviously. Fucking hell. Fucking hours. Yeah, I don't know. Right.
Chinese whispers out loud.
No, it's just I was talking to him. He is calling you a name that he shouldn't be calling you.
Yeah,
He's the
no,
father
forget.
himself at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's a prick.
Hey, I don't
Enough
know.
said. Don't waste
Yeah,
oxygen on him.
yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to get a couple of things out there, really, Jimmy. You've got somebody whose eyes aren't quite together, right? Who has done lives on me 3 times a day, at least 3 times a day, calling me the worst possible things, talking about the worst possible things, saying I'm sleeping with this one, sleeping with that one. I can remember when you actually said it sounded like a bunch of ponces when him and certain
Yeah.
people were online talking about sexual parts, this, that, and the other, right? So the things that have been called and the things that have been put out there, right? You're just absolutely disgusting. All while I was silenced, right? You talk about hate campaigns, really? I've been put on drug charges, had things left in my house, right? Worried for 6 months, knowing that that stuff wasn't mine. This is what we're dealing with here. Absolute police informers, right? Not only police informers, the worst type of police informers that will go to the lengths of setting people up. Just listen to the voice notes what about Davy, right? Willing to get people on a sex offenders register with lies, right? This is what we're dealing with, right? All the time I couldn't speak, these people could speak. So you have no idea, right, what you're talking about, you with the funny eyes. Right, next one. See you, Gemma, right? You put a picture up there of yourself on a profile picture. What isn't even you, right? Who do you think you are talking to me like that? Have you seen the absolute clip of you? And
Yep.
him, right? So don't even go there with me threatening to break my jaw and threatening to doorstep me, this, that, and the other. I mean, you sound like a gadgie or an old docker, right? But let's get one thing straight. Where have I ever said, right? Anton Lewis is Disclosure TV. I put a status up saying, I've just found out who Disclosure TV is. And you've all jumped on it, right? Anton, you've been on lives on Axel's, not recently. You have done it recently, but I'm not on about recently. You were on before that, calling the Northeast. If you're not on YouTube, why are you calling the Northeast? What has the Northeast got to do with you and why are you so bothered about it? Or are you just bothered about the Muslim gangs that are taking over, like you were talking to Humble about?
It
Come
was me
on.
that told you that it was Anton.
A few people have said a few things, but they're actually going on to panels and saying that I'm saying Anton is Disclosure TV. Where have they actually said it? I tell you why you're saying I've said it, because you see me as an easy target, right? I might
Yeah,
look
I
like an
noticed that
easy
when you
target.
take Davey on.
I might look like an easy target because I haven't been able to speak. But believe me, I'm not an easy target. And you, Expo, who do you think you're talking to as well? Telling me that somebody told you, I said you weren't a Christian. What on earth are you talking about? Why on earth would I be doing talking to people in my spare time, talking about whether you're a Christian or not? Like, come on, isn't that gossiping? Um, so and tell me like I'm supposed to be. What on earth are you talking about in private messages to me like that? None of you have any clue what's going on. And do you know what it's looking like to me? The way yous are all going on, the way yous are all shouting and screaming, yous are making yourself look more and more guilty for fucking God knows what.
Oh, yeah.
Because you seem to be jumping without even looking at things properly. Where have I put out on a post that Anton was Disclosure TV? Where? Right? Show me where I've put it out there. No, what you can't because I haven't. But that tells me that you've jumped in head first straight away. And look, guilt. I don't know. You've fucking certainly got a problem. All of a sudden you've twisted it round to me and you're going to do this, going to do that, going to do the other. You're going to do fuck all, none of you. Right, go on, Jim. Sorry. Sorry.
No, no, no.
Sorry.
Let you have your say. That's what I told you
Sorry.
to have your say.
Yeah, it's just fucking
Maybe if
crazy, isn't
there's
it?
time at the end, maybe I'll let General come on, but I won't wait at the end. You have to wait and watch. Wait your turn, General.
Mm-hmm. And you talk about hate campaigns. Hold on a minute. You've not only you've not only trolled me to death, all of you, right? You have no idea. Nobody knows how deep this went, right? Trolled and trolled and trolled. Pictures put up, AIs put up, you name it. Every part of my life got invaded, and even with lies, right? Pictures were tampered with, made to look like the where the dogs getting looked after was dirty, this, that, and the other. Like at the end of the day, I love me dogs. Me house. Humble's been putting pictures up of me house with fucking holes in the wall, which isn't even my house. They're putting stuff up that isn't even Bobby laid in the garden. They're absolutely disgusting. You've talked about my sex life. You've talked about me with numerous bloody gadgets that you're getting on summers and places like that.
Yeah,
Affairs.
sex,
You've
sex life.
accused me of being everything from pigs, literally a pig, to a dog, right? You'd have then had me set up where I couldn't speak, and then you'd have had people on platforms that have set people up talking a load of shit about me, right?
And then calling the police saying you're breaking your bail.
Yes, exactly. Right. Know what? When all this comes out, you'll see exactly what's been going on. A lot of you, but you know, those who've been doing it know. And you talk about hate campaign. So I've been locked up for 24 hours incommunicado, not knowing what was going on and not knowing what the charges were that were put in front of you. That's what we'll start talking about, eh? Start talking about 6 months hanging over your head, loads of fucking charges, what you had no idea about, waiting to answer bail, this, that, and the other, trying to think about what I'm going to do with Brian and Bobby and the dogs. You're absolutely disgusting, a lot of you. You, the other one that's commented underneath Humbles, Emma should know about rape, right? Rape. Are you joking? You'd have sat on a panel saying that I made my rape charge up to get 15 grand. 15 grand? What on earth are you talking about? Because you snidey little rats have been through all my paperwork in my own home, what should have been my private place. You've been through my paperwork and spoke about it. Now, for 6 months, constant, yous have jumped on the bandwagon and slated me worse than I've ever known anybody get slated on here. I'm sorry. Disgusting, a
You
lot
would
of
go
yous.
to jail if you made that up. The one with Dildo Dave, he tried to pull that fast one over the police. He ended up going down for it.
Oh, I tell you what, the people have got around them, uh, phew, they need to get them severely checked out, really do. But
They won't
anyway,
get
fuck
away with
them.
it
They all
forever.
deserve to be together. They all deserve it. Look at them. The rats, they set people up. They think it's okay to set women up with drugs, right? They think it's okay to set Davy up with speedo bloody charges, like as if he's fucking raped somebody. If you calling you speedo, this, that, and the other. See these lot? They're the worst type of people
That's
going
how
in
their
Davy's
minds
mate,
work.
right?
That's how their minds work. They try and set people up to make them look like speedos. They tried
But
it
I
on with
want to
me.
know,
They
Gemma, you've got a lot to say with your big mouth,
baby.
a big fucking mouth, right? You're going to come and knock me out, are you, in front of my cameras? Well, come on, I don't go very far, right? You think I'm scared of you? No, not at all. I've forgotten more than you'll ever know. Threatening me. I've never even said nothing about Anton to start with, right? But I'll say what I want to say now, right? So don't be threatening me and tell me you're going to do this, that, and the other to me. You're going to do nout. Nothing. Not a thing. You, Expo, don't be sending me daft messages telling me whether I've been calling you saying that you weren't a Christian. Get your fucking head on, will you? Give your head a wobble.
I'm
Right?
I'm
The
saying
lot
I'm
of
a
you
Christian.
are disgusting. I think you've all been caught out. You all think it's on top and you're all fucking jumping and diving and calling people. But believe me, none of yous will shut me up. Really won't. And you, Anton, you started calling the North East weeks ago on Axel's panel, right? I had it, somebody send me it. What's your concern with the Northeast? How you been, Flicker? Right, go on, Jimmy.
Um, forgot now. I remember just as you start talking. That's normally what happens. Um,
I think
Exposure
you're
TV. I had to message him multiple times to stop sending me bloody links, and apparently he sends it to everybody. Who on this platform has not been got an Instagram full of links from the Exposure TV, sorry, saying watch my video, please watch my video, please, please. Fucking begging cunt. Go fuck yourself. Go do something stupid. I mean, do something more interesting. Do something stupid that's interesting. Interesting is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Swatman.
And every single live that was done about me, all during that time when I couldn't speak, right? We've got every single live and everything that was getting said You're all disgusting. See, if it was me or Jimmy that said half of the things that come out of your mouth, right? We would be, oh, yeah, them too, right? But no, they all get passes. It's okay for certain people to be discussing getting pictures of me from people in jail, but that they get a pass. Do you know what I mean? But it's not getting passed to me. You know, I'm not getting a pass off me. No way in the world. All years, I'm going to say every single little thing you have done. I'm going to show proof of everything you've done, and then see this YouTube shite and get lost. But not until I've exposed every single one of you. Every single one of you.
If you people that don't know what happened, a certain person said they got illicit, explicit photos of Emma in the prison. They're going to hand it to him when he gets out of prison or something like that. Someone's on a 22-year stretch. The voice notes out there from a certain, I'll just call him initial, JB. I'm not going to say, but I don't want to put people in an awkward space. You know, we're talking about the author. The author.
Northeast Syndicate,
And
you're spot on. You are spot on there as well.
they're all in each other's pockets. They've all got dirt on each other. The first thing that Dave did was hand Humble his acro. He handed two people his acro. For some reason, he's so scared of that acro getting out there. I really don't know why he's so scared of it. If someone got hold of my acro and threatened to blackmail me with it, I'd say, like, you're going to need more than that to blackmail me? You know.
Jimmy, I'm going to ask you what I'm saying about me up here, because for the 6 months, right, that thing had happened to me when I was sat in that cell and they took me out, and I wasn't allowed to let Brian or anybody know what was going on. And when they took me into that interview and said to me, "Oh, they've found a large parcel of whatever," right? Yeah, I nearly fell off the chair, right? And because I knew that parcel I had never touched, I hadn't even seen a parcel, right? And you know
Yeah.
what? I went through every single emotion possible, right? From like feeling like what the hell's going on, which you would do because I I was suddenly had paperwork to say that I was on bail for something that I had no idea about, right? Worst type
Yeah.
of people, what type of people set people up like this? Then I was getting to the point of thinking, oh no, what am I going to do about the dogs? So I was like thinking, oh, I'm better off not cuddling them or anything like that, because I've got to I might have to say goodbye to them soon. Every type of emotion you can ever think of, even the thoughts of suicide, right? And you don't
Yeah.
need to know too much, but I was suicidal, right, on numerous occasions. I'm 52 years old, right? I'm trying to have a peaceful life. I was getting trolled to death, the names and stuff. And then they're all on a panel talking about what had gone on at my bungalow and who had got arrested and what time I got arrested. Apparently, I was kicking and screaming at 10 o'clock at night and walking in there with it and this, that, and the other. I was thinking, and I couldn't even speak to stick up for myself, right? So I went in a serious depression. I couldn't get nothing done, right? Yous are all a gang of rotters, right? All of yous, right? And then you come being truth, pretending, even though I know who sent you the picture, pretending that you're outside my bungalow. Why was I so bothered? Because they just found a parcel in my bungalow that wasn't mine. So can you imagine when you're taking pictures outside of there, what my feelings were like? And you went on every single day, 3 times a day, this and that and this and fucking whatever. You're disgusting. The lot of you's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. I don't think there was a day where went past for this case wasn't on the front of your brain.
Disgusting, a lot of them. But I want to know where
Yeah.
this mouthpiece, see here, that can't show face, right? Because no, you've got no room to call anybody Gemma, because I've actually seen you, right? You put whatever avatar on there you like, but I've actually seen your fucking dial, right? So
Oh
you've got
yeah.
no room to call anybody. But what I am saying to you is you've dived in the pair of yous head first and accused me of being the one that's put it out there. Prove it. Prove it. Don't just jump on me because you think you can and I'm going to take it. Fucking idiots, a lot of them.
Well, Gemma normally has to wait till there's a baby in the house. You know what I mean, Gemma? You know that? You know the video I'm talking about? Where the windows went crack and the baby was
Mm-hmm.
screaming on the other side? Do you remember that, Gemma? Because your full
Mm-hmm.
boat race shown right there, you big fat mess. You're not like fat, you're just like a big round. You're like a round shape, like a Kinder egg. That's what you look like.
Mm-hmm.
Your head looks like a Kinder egg, and your body looks like a Kinder egg.
Mm-hmm.
And I
I know.
believe you bully Anton and tell him what to do because he's only about 8 stone, little fucking wimp. Wouldn't be surprised me if it was you that fucking done it.
And you know what with him, right? I haven't said a lot of things about him. He did jump on a panel on Andrew Jay's. I was minding my own business, and a few of them, right, jumped on me, and they were saying, "How come you're moderating DD's, right?" Because at the time I didn't know what DD was about, right? And they were saying, "How would Brian feel? Does Brian agree with him robbing that woman and this, that, and the other, right?" And I was like, I had them all at me, right? And I let them get away with that. And then the next thing, they're all in cahoots. Do you know what I mean? But who do you actually think you are? You think you can go on to panels, right? Talking about the Northeast when you're nothing to do with the Northeast. Now, before all this happened, Anton, you were on a panel on Axel's talking about the Northeast. Right, so what have you got a concern with the Northeast for? Come on, thought it was just Muslim gangs taking over. That's what you wanted Humble for, wasn't it? Anyway, that's by the by. But what has any of it got to do with you? You says you're not on YouTube, but you seem to know every little thing people aren't saying that you're accusing them of saying, right? Who do you think you are, right? Going on live, sending messages to me, calling me names and telling me that you're going to come to my house and do this, that, and the other. Eh? So show me, if you're going to come out with comments like you have done, show me what I've done and show me where I've actually said it was Anton. Yous have all flapped when yous have all been found out, I think.
I
And
actually just
you,
put it out there
X4,
saying it was
don't
Anton.
think you can bully me by fucking telling me
Oh,
I've
yeah.
said you weren't a Christian and that you're a soldier of God, unlike me and all that. Yeah, don't think for 1 minute that I'm gonna put up your shit neither in the background.
I bet he's got a picture of Richard Lionheart in his house. Ugh.
Fucking hell.
Go and fight a fucking crusade then, fucking Expo, you're a soldier. Get the fucking half and stop trolling people.
What are they so concerned about, Jimmy? What are they so concerned about if people aren't? I've been accused of being everything from dark side to every channel going, right? Believe me, right? If it was nothing to do with these people, right? Why is everybody so concerned and so rattled?
That was the crazy thing, like, I just put, somebody gave me a clue that it was someone beginning with A. So I thought I'll put it out there that it's Anton. Fuck me, did he go mental?
And did that
Jesus.
come
Then
from?
for
Did
some
that
reason
come
he
from
blamed.
me, Jimmy? Did that come from
No, it
me?
didn't. It
Right.
came
So
from
now they
someone,
think
a
it's
former friend
okay.
from ages ago.
But now they think it's okay to accuse me, and that excuses that horrible, vile woman's mouth. Well, if it is a woman, it sounded more like your gadgie. But that horrible woman's mouth threatening me. Do you know what I mean? What do they think I'm going to do? Like start fucking crying or quivering or something? Fucking hell. They beat the house with fucking double barrel thingies. That never shut me up, so you certainly not.
Probably came from
Fucking clown.
Thailand. Rumbled.
Mm?
I'm pretty, probably came from Thailand. They seem to know a lot about sending things, pop bangs to England. And that's what I keep
Yeah,
accusing me of. They seem to know a lot about it, more than I do.
exactly.
And we all know they seem to accuse people of the very same stuff that they're doing. They just change the names
Mhm.
around.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like it was only now because obviously I had to answer bail the other day, and my head has been all over, as you know, and it's just been crazy with all that. But I was due to answer bail, and then when I've sat back and thought about it, I thought, hold on a minute, this is why is she screaming and shouting at me? I didn't even know she had been until somebody sent me it, right? And then I actually heard him last week on Axel saying something about North East and something about a woman and something about fake Christians and this, that, and the other,
Yeah, that's it.
right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, listen, Anton, you're not fit to lace Brian's boots, our paddies, right? And you never will be. You'll never do or be near anything what they've done in their lifetime. But Brian's very poorly now, so that that aside, right? I've seen you. You got bitch slapped in a fucking gym for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? But don't be like jumping on us and then thinking for 1 minute that I'm going to sit and take it off any of yous.
They
Fucking
could
terrible.
dream if they want, but they want to be like, you know, how Brian was in his day. They could dream that they got my lifestyle, but that's as far as they're going to get. Can't control your dreams.
No. Thanks, Northeast. But yeah, it's I just think to myself, I'm really not, and I might sound a little bit neurotic today. It's not neurotic. It's like 6 months I've had to put up with the worst type of stuff. Like Brian is really poorly, and the tension it was causing with Brian sometimes
Yeah,
not
hasn't
seeing
done him
things
good.
properly and different things. Do you know what I mean? And there's none of them know what's gone on here. Not one of them, right? And you see you, General, right? See your mate Reedy, which is absolutely terrible what happened, right? But do you know that I was like that, right? I just say, do you know that I actually attempted it at one time
Yeah,
throughout the 6 months,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do you know that I actually attempted it? So what? I could have ended up laid dead now through a setup that I've been no further action for. Like this is a hate campaign. This is a disgusting hate campaign, a vile, disgusting hate campaign.
So let me get this straight, General. It's not okay to nonce people off and call them women abusers and force them into the point where they might commit suicide. If it's one of your friends, if it's someone else, say again, yeah? Is that what you're saying, General? You fucking prick. Call me a pedo at 3 in the fucking morning.
Exactly, Jimmy, 100%, and Jimmy is far from it. And do you know what else? Like Jimmy did help me, and you all fucking take the piss. No, you, General. I've heard you say this to him, right? About him watching the cameras. You know what? Because I've been set up, right?
Fuck it.
And you know what? They come here with guns and they were trying to pep up on the house, this, that, and the other, right? And I was looking at them cameras and I was worn out. So Jimmy did help me look at the cameras, right? And
The
it wore
time
him out
difference.
too. He was wore out too, right?
Oh,
With it
yeah.
all because he was having
That
to
guy.
listen to the state I was in because I had a total breakdown and it was an horrendous time. So I was not only getting fitted up, the house was ended up like Beirut as well because there was people turning up with things that shouldn't be pop bangs as you call them in Liverpool, don't you? Right? So yeah, Jimmy did watch my cameras. So what right have you got to take the piss out of that? Why? Because Brian was upstairs, ill general, and he isn't as fit as what he used to be. And it was me watching out for stuff to keep Bobby and the dog safe. And Brian, are you right in the head? How many attacks, attack after attack after attack, and then still being set up? Yeah, absolute wrong uns, a lot of you. Absolute wrong uns, a lot of you. Really are.
And they're all laughing about getting you jail by the end of the year, Brian.
Yeah. Still causing me
It's like,
fear, alarm, and distress now. The one with the funny eyes is saying, "Oh, she's got more charges to come. Two further drug charges. What are you talking about? I shouldn't have been on a drug charge to start with, let alone another
wouldn't
two
even
to
give enough
come.
oxygen.
Absolute sickos, a lot of you. Then going
He
into
hasn't done
police
wrong, has he?
stations and reporting me while I'm on bail and saying, "Oh, I want to report Emma Cockrell and this, that, and the other." Do you know what? You're absolutely deluded. Every single last one of you is deluded.
You know
Right? But do
why
you know
he
what I
doesn't really
know?
like?
Sorry, Jim.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
go on.
know? I'm too strong for yous. And that's why yous all have to jump on me. And yous are really trying to ruin me. Because know what? Too strong for the lot of yous. And you know what? Not one of you, Northeast, you're right there. See that? Brian would have knocked you all with a slap years ago. Right? Not one of
Yeah, he
yous would have
would.
said boo. Not one single one of yous would have said nout. But you all have a lot to say now, don't you? Rats.
He
Lot
still
of you.
carried a lot of weight when I went down, when I came out to see you.
I know. I tell you what,
No, I wouldn't like to get into that with him.
if Brian got a grip of someone, 1,000,000%. But do you really think that these ding dongs would be fucking saying half the things they're saying if he'd been totally fit? Brian would have just
No,
been just
no, he would have
not.
already been dealt with.
I know.
But
And Brian,
I
poor
know what you're
Brian's on
doing.
tag, isn't he? Brian's on a tag and a Crown
Oh yeah,
Court
yeah.
date. Brian is on a tag, so he's restricted as well to what he can do and say. He's on a tag. He'd been remanded into a almost prison. What? And then the
They're
person
laughing
who's
about it.
got him remanded is talking about getting new pictures of me only a month ago, talking about getting new pictures of me and sharing them and giggling. Away. Is that? Do you really think that's right in the head or what? So bean flicker, yeah, 1,000,000%. I did attempt that once, right? And I was never going to say nothing, but that's how low I went, right? Because I was thinking I can't cope. What's going to happen to everyone and what's going to happen to the dogs and the lot? But if I'd have succeeded in that and I'd been dead, right? And laid in a hospital morgue or something because of these twats had forced me to it with the disgusting foul lives on a daily basis and not being able to defend myself, right? Would that have been okay, would it? Right? I think it would have been okay, wouldn't it? Because it's just Emma Cockrell.
Tunisian
It's just
mafia.
Piggy. It's just Miss Piggy. She's got no feelings. She's not a woman. She can be called every name under the sun. But you're all part of it. Every single one of you's all part of it. Vile creatures.
General, do you really want me to dox your son? Because I didn't dox your son. You doxed your own son. If you really want to go down that road, I'll fucking go. I'll just take all the fucking morals away. I'll do it if you want me to. If you keep pushing me, I'll do it. I don't give a fuck what people think of me on here. I really don't care. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. I can probably press the report button. Good luck with that. Fucking twat. You called me a pedo at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Now you're fucking crying about it because I fucking reacted. Twat. Suggest you stop it with that kid Yvonne. And Ash, I know why you're consistently turning your camera on and filming lives all the time. Because the longer you're not under a CCTV camera. If you're on a live stream, you reckon it's going to protect you. But you don't have to worry, Ash, because you're going to get
Bobby,
yourself nicked.
for you take Eli out, Bobby. Oh,
Plenty
wait,
of cameras there.
wait.
Plenty of cameras there where you'll go, where you're ending up, Ash. So don't worry about that one. You're not really that relevant.
Bobby, I'm going to bring you into this here, right? Um, what did you say to me the other day when I found out I'd been no further actioned? What did you say? You'd pray to who?
Pray to God
What did you pray for?
you'd be happy, healthy, and wealthy.
And then what was I doing on a night in here when I was breaking my heart, saying don't want to live anymore, can't bear the thought of leaving the dogs
On
and
about
stuff.
committing suicide.
How many times?
Loads.
Exactly. And that's what I've been through for 6 months. 6 months of constant abuse. I mean, I was getting abused before that, but not being able to speak and having that hanging over my head when I knew it was nothing to do with me. You're sick. And you sat and spoke about a sexual assault I had, right? What was horrendous, where they were referring to me as a child, right? I did get paid out some compensation for it. It wasn't 15 grand. Um, and then you actually sat on a panel and you, Humble, sat and let somebody say, oh, she made it all up and all that. Somebody who I didn't even know then, right? So bringing all past traumas up and stuff like that, you're sick. The lot of yous are a gang of sick people. And to hear what I've been hearing, and there's some things that I haven't even put out there yet, what yous have all been getting up to behind the scenes, yous are fucking bad people. And Jim can hold his own, right? But to think that you're calling him, right, the names yous are calling him after putting his kids up, all because he's had my back and taking the piss out of him because he was watching cameras and stuff like that. What, helping a girl that was suicidal, who'd been set up, and there was gunmen coming to the house. I was like the one that was on the front line here, right? So yeah, so he helped me watch the cameras and what? And you know what? A few times we did watch the cameras and we were fucking at, I was at that front door and onto it, wasn't I, Jim, before they even got a chance
Yep.
to get out the car? You have no idea what's been going on in the background because we don't talk about it that much, see? Fucking sickos. Fucking Jim has got a beautiful, beautiful wife and beautiful kid, right? And you're just calling him the worst name possible. The worst name possible. You're putting his mother-in-law up there, you're putting his wife up there, you're putting his
Niece, daughters.
every part of his life, calling him pedo this and pedo that. What right have you got to call him that when there's no evidence of that and he isn't
GC,
one?
GC, I've had somebody inbox me with a picture of me, my missus, my kid, and my dogs, yeah? And I've been blackmailed by that person by saying, if you don't give me this money, it's all going up all over my community page. You know who that geezer was? That fat geezer that's riddled with diabetes. It needs no name. He's not worthy of a name. When you
No.
start getting if I accidentally put a photo up, which you put on your open Instagram page, even though it wasn't open to the public, I wasn't to know that, then it wouldn't have got out there. It was an accident. I agree, it was an accident. But have you actually been maliciously attacked like that? No, you haven't. So just fucking quit while you're ahead. Continue taking the piss out of me. I don't care. Just leave the kiddie shit out of it, you prick. Good morning, Paddy Mac. No, northeast, Syndicate, I'm saying that.
Hey, Paddy Mac, you okay? I'm just having a little rant.
How's coming in truth these days? I see you stole his pint of Guinness of him.
Paddy, I'm going to give you a message today because my head, I've got that lifted now, so I've got that NFA, but my head was all over for 6 months. But I'm going to give you a message today because I need to ask you something anyway. I hope you're well,
How
Paddy.
do you feel, GC, that now you've set up a group with you and Humbles in it? The man who likes to set people up for grape. Are you going to be part of that? Have you been part of this all along? That's what I want to know. How you do what you want. You absolute what? Can't read that. You absolute balloon. Do what I want. You're the one that started it, GC.
Exactly,
I'm not
Paddy
perfect.
Mac. Right, and do you know what, GC, you go on and you say, oh, you're against people
Stop.
getting told and stuff like that. You've got a child. Why do you think it's acceptable to call Jimmy the names that you're calling him and jump on the bandwagon of these trolls? And why do you think it's okay to be going on like you're going on, Jimmy? Because you're displaying a lot of troll tendencies to me by doing what you're doing. So you know better than the other trolls.
He's just an absolute liar. Like, there was a account I put up there called Joker, which I only got that account from clicking on the followers, which GC follows.
No, that's a
It's like,
nightmare,
who the
Joker.
hell's this? I know it's just I'm just pointing out the consistencies of his lying. Of course, you know who it is, GC. I wouldn't have even put it up there. The only reason why I put it up there is because it was someone that you followed, you prick. And I'll put it up later just to show the consistencies of your lying.
Right, GC, right, I can remember Motorsports telling everyone, and Humble was promoting your channel, and he was, and I don't care what you say, right, I've got quite a good memory that way. And do you know what? You were brought in as you were going to be a channel that went after bird shit. And that's how they were introducing you. You were going to be doing a channel totally focused on going after bird shit. I've never once seen you go after bird shit, right? But you seem to jump on my post and say, can you tell me why you were talking to Shadow Boxer or whatever? And I was quite polite with you and I actually explained myself to you, which I don't have to explain myself to anybody. But I did explain myself to you and said, you've got it wrong. At that point, I'd never been on any lives or anything with Shadow Bacon. So at the end of the day, I answered you respectfully and left it at that. So you were brought in to go against bird shit. That's what was said. Richie G, F off. Right. So am I right or am I wrong? So how come you're in denial about that? You were brought in. And Moto's used to go on your panel. And Moto told me, said, oh, get on this channel. It's going to be all about bird shit. And so, and Humbles was promoting your channel. and now you're pretending that you didn't know. I'm not wrong. So why were you brought in as going to be doing expos on bird shit then? Right, tell me, because I've still got the messages. So tell me why everyone was saying the channel was going to be exposing bird shit. No, I'm not wrong. Let him on if you want.
Now I'm putting a banner up. There's a lot of porn bombing is rife at the moment. I'll put that one up. Oh, it doesn't cover the straight. Oh, fuck this bad one. Trigger warning.
So you're
Yeah.
agreeing with me now. So you were brought in to be a bird shit daily then.
So, Emma, you're wrong, right? Because I had the General GC streaming for a long time, about 6 or 7 months. And then I set up a second channel called the Bird Shit Daily. So I was already streaming for about 6 or 7 months, sat on Moto's panels for about 6 or 7 months, set up a channel called the Bird Shit Daily, and it got struck. We did 2 lives on it. So there was never no hiding that. So number two, right? Number two, what led me to calling Jimmy what I called him, right? So I kicked him off my panel, which he's admitted it must hurt his ego a bit, right? So he's admitted this now. I've voice notes him admitted, and this is the reason. So what led me to calling Jimmy what I called him? I kicked him off my panel. He started doing videos and community posts calling me a copper, calling me. Oh, are you recording this or
Right.
something, Jimmy?
Sorry,
Uh,
sorry, sorry for interrupting, right? Because I'm going
go
to let you
ahead.
speak. But
Go ahead.
you're forgetting. So before Jimmy got kicked off your panel,
Yeah.
right? You were calling Jimmy in the comments the day before because I've seen it with my own eyes. So it wasn't about
What?
getting kicked
I
off
was
a
what?
panel.
I was what?
Calling Jimmy on a panel in the comments of wherever it was. I've got the screenshot. You were calling
Incognito.
Jimmy the day before you kicked him off the panel. So you were already going to go after him.
No.
Who do
Last
you think
lies,
you
right?
are,
So
GC?
on the
Who do you think you
Saturday,
are? Hang on,
on
shut
the
up a minute.
Saturday, on the Saturday, I went on to Lambie's panel.
So do you think it's okay for Lammy to then state on a live that because I know Jimmy that he was going to go after me for absolutely no reason at all? It's total troll behaviour. Total troll behaviour. I
Who
don't
was
care what
going to go
anyone
after
says.
you?
Lammy has said it on a
Well,
live.
right, listen, like, see what they do. This is what I keep trying to do. See, Jimmy. Jimmy has this obsession with humble dryer and stuff, and like, they're literally nothing to do with me. I have fuck all to do with him. But see, the more he keeps going on, the more I'm going to wind Jimmy up. So if he wants to keep dragging me into shit, I will keep going at him. I've told him this, and numerous times that he's tried to do this months ago, and
When I jumped on your panel, was I
right.
trying to wind you up there?
Right, listen.
You
What
called me
happened
up for
months ago?
questioning. Who do you think you fucking are? The sheriff of YouTube. You can
Right,
summon people up.
shut the
Ask me a
fuck up,
question
Jimmy,
about a
you
beef from
fucking
3 years
weirdo.
ago and
Right,
tell me to fuck off. Go on.
Elaine doxed my 5-year-old kid with leg
It was a
creams.
fucking accident. I'll fucking do it properly if
Right,
you're not
there you've
careful.
admitted. So you've admitted it was an accident.
I've admitted
So
that fucking 1,000 times.
right, okay, thank
Prick.
you. So see the way he lied earlier, and he said that the profile was
No. You doxed your own son onto your Instagram. Okay. Let me get this psychology straight here, yeah,
I
Kendall.
doxed my own son onto my
You
Instagram.
don't unprivatize me, according to you, with
I
showing
didn't.
me
I
showing on
accepted your
your
friend
page
request.
pictures of your child, yeah, picture of
Right.
your child which is on your Instagram, and then you private message that the same
Right.
person recording
Listen.
a
This is how
pedo
simple it
whilst
is.
allowing that people you
Jimmy
really
has
believe that was
admitted
a pedo.
already he
Why? Oh,
added me on
hang on,
Instagram.
hang on. If right, let's get this into perspective, yeah. You allowed me access to your Instagram, apparently, or you said. I thought it was public, but I don't know. I'll go on what you said. You then, on your Instagram, was pictures of your son, apparently, yeah? And then you messaged me from that Instagram, knowing that I could see those pictures of your son, and called me a pedo. Now, if I was a pedo, yeah, if you really did believe that, why would you send me Why would you allow me access to pictures of your son if you really believed I was a pedo? Answer that one, you fucking freak.
Jimmy was actually sticking up for you a few times
Right, right,
when you
right.
were
So
exposing
can
the
I
Reggie
answer that?
situation.
Can I answer that? Right.
Mm.
The thing is I've said this. If Jimmy didn't put up community posts and videos calling me a copper for no reason at all, I would not have
Why'd you
called
call
him.
me
Would
a
have called
pedo?
him. Now Jimmy added me on Instagram a while back, which he said he forgot about, and he added me on Instagram. I didn't accept it, and then I on the Saturday when I went fuck this, I've got a right to reply. He's been doing videos and community posts about me for the past 3 days with nothing, didn't say nothing back to him. I says
Okay,
I've
can
a
I
right to
just keep you there
reply.
just so I remember something then? So were you or were you not, months prior to that, taking the piss out of Jimmy for watching my cameras and stuff?
But what was he
But
doing again?
why would you take the piss out
Right.
of a man who was
Well
the only one
well
to offer to do
ask
that
Jimmy
And the
when
why.
problem
my
was
house
Axel
is
at the
getting
time.
shot up?
Because he was once again calling me a copper and calling me shit.
No,
So I
I
started.
wasn't. No, I
Not at
wasn't.
Yes,
that
No, I
point.
you
Not
wasn't.
at that
were,
point.
No,
Jimmy.
that
You
no, no, no,
were.
no, 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 no,
Don't.
no, no, no.
Right,
Don't
go
let me put you
ahead, Jimmy.
backstage again. At that
Right, go
point, I
ahead,
think
Jimmy.
you summoned me up about another beef, or probably about Axel, about this or something else. And then at the end of it, before you kicked me, you said, "Go watch this," and you got some CCTV to be watching, and booted me again,
Yeah, and
sarcastically.
you know what? Why shouldn't he watch a CCTV? At least he was nice enough to offer. So I was getting the house was getting shot up. It was getting targeted, trying to set on fire, this, that, and the other, and I'd just been set up with drugs. So Jimmy offered to watch my cameras,
Yeah,
which
wonderful
was
lad. He's
amazing.
a top. He's a top bloke. Listen, Emma. See, realistically, it has nothing to do with you, but he keeps
Nothing to do with
dragging you
you,
into
GC.
it. He keeps dragging you into things by
No,
trying to
you're
make it out.
dragging him into it.
He keeps trying to drag you into by making
You
out like
mentioned
I
the
work.
CCTV first.
Right,
Wasn't
right. I
me.
mentioned the CCTV.
Yeah,
Which
yeah. There you
did he
go.
do
There you
that?
go.
It's
There you go.
hardly
Shut up.
crime of the
And after
century.
that, I shared your
It's
videos. I
it's
told
hardly
Kathy how
crime of the
well.
century, right?
No, but
Like,
that was the beginning of it. That was the
right.
beginning of you getting
He
involved in other
keeps.
people's business,
So
which is
what
what
he's
you
do?
do, General.
Let Jimmy, let me finish.
No,
What
no, no.
he's
You let me finish. I was on your panel. I came up on your panel because you summoned me up. I sat there. I didn't fucking have a go. I even fucking gave you a spanner in my chat, you prick.
right.
Fucking hell. You
What
say
he
I
does
started all
is
this shit.
so what he does is I kicked him off my panel the last week, and what his thing is then is to start saying I work for Humble to get you on side to start thinking, oh, he's working for Humble, and in your head,
That side's
let's
an absolute nobody, an absolute another troll.
right.
And I know his
Listen,
identity as
just
well.
because I'm going to go at Jimmy doesn't mean I'm going at you. Just because I mentioned the CCTV to him 6 months ago doesn't mean I'm going at you anything about
Didn't
you,
Lambie say he was going
right?
to go after him
I don't
because
know.
I
I
had a
haven't
go.
seen that.
I had a
I
go at
Lambie
can't.
you.
said, I don't care
Lambie
that she hasn't
had
done
a go at me.
nothing
I had a
wrong.
go
I'm
at
going to go
you.
after him. Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know, lad. I don't know anything
Did
about
you
that. So
message Lambie and get him to start up a panel titling my name
no,
at the
no,
same time you sent me? Why did? Oh,
no,
that's a bit of a coincidence. At the same
no,
time you messaged me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I then turn on
no.
YouTube
I
when I
was
wake
on his
up,
panel.
and Lambie's got a thing because what I said to GC. That's why he got angry.
No,
He
no,
started
How
calling
do
me
Lambie.
you
a
feel
No,
faggot.
about
He started
Humble
calling me this.
Dryer? Going to set people up with them. You've heard the voice notes. That's out of his own gob. How do you
See,
feel
to be
about
honest,
Humble
I've said this
Dryer
a
going
million
to set
times.
people up and
I
try
don't
and get
give
them
a
on a sex
fuck
offenders
about
register?
any of it. I
Right?
don't
Let
care
me
about
He
finish.
just started
any of
I've
group
it.
with
just
him.
let you finish, GC, so let me finish. How do you feel about Humble Dryer going to try and set a man up, right, and try and get him on a sex offenders register with lies? Right? How do you feel about Humble Dryer
That's not too
putting the
good.
camera on to
That
young
wouldn't be good.
Cambodian children, right, and saying we can have that age group? Is that okay?
I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any. I don't watch any. That's the truth. So it is. I don't watch. I'm not that interested. The only way I am interested is when Jimmy drags me in to his shit.
But
I
you're
then
interested enough
I
to
just think
start
Jimmy's
up
the
a group
next.
with
I
Humble,
think
yeah?
Jimmy's gonna be. You're trying to make Jimmy into like an ex-victim or something. How do you know Jimmy isn't like distraught about the things that get said about him as well? Do you know what I mean? It's
well
like,
then he
come
shouldn't
on,
call me
there's.
a copper. He shouldn't be
But
going about calling me a copper. Do you know what
Are
I
you
mean?
a
Like
copper?
the way. Well, are you a pedo?
No.
Well, then there you
Why did
go.
you
Right,
ask a question with a question? Answer a question with a question.
right,
I just
right.
said
Well,
no
then
straight
no,
away.
I'm
Why
not.
don't you say no?
Right,
You're
Jimmy,
avoiding the question. There you go.
Jimmy. You
Look,
said
no,
I
no,
met
nothing.
Humble Dryer's dad.
You
I met
still
like
haven't answered it.
who made right? No, I'm not a copper. Who makes this shit up? That I met. So, what age would Humble Dryer's dad be? Do you know? Danny, you know?
No
No.
what?
What age would Humble Dryer's dad be? Is he alive even?
Humble Dryer's
What?
dad.
Yeah,
Humble
What's that
Dryer's
got to do
dad.
with the price
yeah.
of
Because Jimmy,
fish?
Jimmy, you're on a live saying that I met with Humble Dryer's dad. So what's what it's got to do with
No,
the
I
price of
never.
milk? Yes, you
I
did.
don't
I
even
reviewed it the other
mention. I don't
day. So
even
what?
know.
Right,
Don't even
I'll
know we
clip
had
it.
that.
Let me. I
I'll
can't
cl-
put the link out. It's not my channel.
I'll clip it and
There's
I'll
a
put it
channel
up.
called Humble's Granddad. I think
Right, no,
I don't
no,
know what
no,
you're on about.
no, Jimmy. You said on a live
Dark
with
Side is the same one as Beast of Scarborough, the real John
you
Waston
said on a
account,
live,
and the
Jimmy,
other
that I
rest of them.
reviewed, which I reviewed the other day, that I met with Humble's dad, and like I don't know what would
That's
like I don't know.
bullshit.
Right, okay. Do
I
you want me
didn't
to
know he
stick
had
the
a
clip
fucking
up?
dad.
Do you want me to stick the clip
Yeah,
up? Right,
yeah.
I'll go back over my live, and I'll stick the clip up. Jimmy. See when you talk that much shit, you have to be good at remembering what you say, and
What
that's
did
what
you
you.
say? I said again. You met with Humble's
You
dad.
said that I met with Humble Dryer's dad. His fucking dad.
Who's
You
Now,
Humble
don't
Dryer's
make any
anybody
dad?
that
Like
was
sense.
who's
watching
who's
my
Humble
live
who's
might
Humble
be.
Dryer's dad?
Who is his dad? Yeah, who is his
We
dad?
don't know. Well, we're looking you to we're looking to know
Who's we?
ourselves. Me,
Who's
Humble
we?
me,
Dryer's dad.
You said
me.
we.
I can
Well,
honestly
anybody
say
that
that
was in the
I
live
know
that
about
day.
Wilma. I know about Wilma, the mum, because
Right,
she's a
so it's
prolific
Humble
troll as
Dryer's dad.
well.
Right, so
I don't know
Jimmy.
who Humble Dryer's dad is.
Right, so we just made up. So Jimmy just made up another outrageous lie
Well,
that
no,
I
no, no.
met
You got to
with
put it up
Humble.
first because I would like you know you can be shouting at dogs
So
and that can be
are you gonna
taken
be?
out of
Are you gonna
context. So I've
swear
got to
down,
hear
Jimmy?
this.
You didn't say this.
I don't believe I did.
Right? No. Are you gonna swear down? You didn't say it. Either said it or you didn't
I
say it.
just put it up. I just put it up. If it's
Right.
there,
Well, I
put it
will
up.
when I'm off
Jimmy, do
this.
us a
Right.
favour, let Lammy on.
Get Lambie on
Was he in the
too.
back?
Yeah, Jimmy, you fucking wrong 'un.
It's not in the back.
He needs a
Oh, link.
link.
What do you think of Jimmy doxing a 5-year-old?
I didn't dox a 5-year-old. It's a
What do
fucking
you
accident.
answer the question?
Well, Jimmy felt absolute terrible about it himself for doing it, and that's why he
Well, he
rectified
didn't
it
seem
straight
that
away.
terrible, Emma.
At least
If
I
you'd
But
have,
he,
fucking
but
admitted it,
there's
fucking in
doxing and
general.
there's doxing, isn't there? And he rectified it straight away, and
if
he
you'd have
admitted
heard
he was
his,
wrong,
if you'd have heard his voice notes to me,
right?
he didn't seem that bothered. But he did it twice
Put the
now.
voice
That's
notes up. They
twice.
would have been up,
Ah,
haven't they?
I tell you what,
Oh, fuck off,
GC, you
that
want to
general.
try living in my shoes and getting what I've got
Well,
on a
well,
daily
I'm
basis?
not. Listen, I'm not. I'm not doubting any of that. I mean, this is the thing. I said on Lami's live the other
You
day.
change
This is
your tube now,
nothing to
you
do with
general.
you. This is nothing to do with you, Emma. But he drags you into it. He does and that's not me, by the way. Like I don't say mention you. Jimmy gets you like makes up shit like oh geez he's working with Humble Dryer and all. Then some of you jump on a bit of the bandwagon and start to go fuck. I don't know why you question that I am around. I don't give a fuck where you do you don't. But at the same time,
I've never once
well,
said that
this
you
is the
were.
thing. Jimmy makes up lies, comes out with
No,
mad
no, no,
shit.
no, no. Well, I get people. I hear things and I question them, just like you did.
I
And
was
you
coming
pulled me
into
up.
your
You
channel
first
and
ever
saying
pulled me
hi
up.
to you,
I know you were.
but
That's the thing.
First
But
ever
then Jimmy
pulled me up
causes.
was to question me about Dodgy Dave. You remember that?
Jimmy, I know. Listen, I'm only asking you fucking. Listen, you got struck 2.5 grand off a dude, and you didn't even go visit him when you came to the country.
I don't know.
Who the
I'm
fuck?
just saying
My
cause
that
that
first
was
you're.
thing.
my fault. That was
My,
my fault because I was in a right state after being set up with the amount of drugs that I was set up with, right? And I kept saying the truth was going to come out, and it did because there was absolutely no forensics or nothing. But uh, Jimmy came here. He was a bit angry when he left as well because he hadn't got to do the things he wanted to do because he had to help me because the police um were not taking any evidence of next door neighbours ring doorbells, this, that, and the other, and the old ladies didn't know how to keep them on for extra days or record them.
Yo,
So
that
Jimmy
link's not
actually was
working,
a massive
Jimmy.
help, but I actually got him a load of shit because Jimmy was wanting to go and visit people in the UK, and he really was. But he ended up stuck, tangled up in my mess.
Jimmy, the link's not working.
I know. I try to put it out. What can I do? I'm trying.
Well, they're looking.
Things
She's
fucking.
looking. Hey, listen, Adam made sure. This is just my personal opinion. I
I
like.
know.
I have no alliance to Dodgy Dave before anybody goes. Oh, I would have made
Yeah, I know
sure.
you won't. You shut up very quickly afterwards, but didn't stop you bringing me up to question me about it.
I
Just
would have
like when
made
I hear
sure.
stuff about you, I
I
might
would have
want to
made
question you
sure.
about it.
I would have made sure I
It's fun to
made
me.
time to go visit somebody at over my 2.5 grand.
Well, that's irrelevant. You called me up onto your panel to question me about the rumours going around, and then when I hear things about you, which is way before I met Emma, I question you about it. So what's wrong
Jimmy,
with that? I'm just
you
doing what
didn't
you do.
question. You stuck a community post making accusations, so you know that's just the way it is,
Well,
isn't it?
it's just my opinion. It's not an accusation. I can't prove it or disprove it. I
Well,
haven't
then
seen
it's
your prison record. I haven't seen you get those boxing belts. And you're going around calling me a child boxer after calling me a pedo.
I tell you what I'll
So
do,
if you
Jimmy.
really thought I was a
Jimmy,
pedo, why would you show me pictures of your child? That don't make
I didn't
sense.
show you pictures of my child, though. I
Yeah,
didn't
you did. It
personally.
was on your blooming house where I've got them. You didn't show them.
Yeah, you took them off it. I didn't like literally
Took them off
send you
it. You
pictures.
allowed me access to see
Right?
pictures
Yes.
of your
Big
child after you
mistake.
called me
Big
a pedo.
mistake.
Are you
Obviously.
that fucking thick where you're from?
No, are
Are
you
you that
thick? Are
fucking
you thick?
stupid?
You
You
screen
are
recorded.
fucking
You
stupid.
I think
screen
Jimmy was that
recorded a
You
angry
go
at
10.
the
around.
time. He was
You
just
screen
screenshotting to prove what account
recorded
it come
a
from.
5-year-old
Yeah, I've
kid
done
in
it.
a school
Yeah, I
uniform.
did it. So what? I've done it.
You
I admitted
fucking
it.
wrong, and
I
you're
said sorry.
wronging, lad.
You're gonna go on
You're
and on and on
wronging.
about it's
You're
irrelevant.
wronging.
Yeah, well then, if I'm a wrong 'un, then you don't need to be here, do you?
Chapman, Emma. Oh, there's my
No, man.
sound went away because you waited, you had
No,
me.
your sound's
Dammy,
too
why
loud.
did you do a live the other day? We're on a
Gone.
live the other day. Why did you say you were going to go after me? I heard it and I've been sent it many times. You stated you were going to go after me. I've never done nothing wrong to you, never said nothing wrong to you, but you thought it's okay to do that when I'm already getting trolled to death anyway and being set up with drugs and things going on at my house and this, that, and the other. Why did you think it was okay to do that to me?
He kicked himself off.
Yeah, I thought
I'll
so.
come back on. Sound like he was half asleep. We still got Jenna in the back, waiting patiently like a dog. What do you want, dog?
Yo, shut the fuck up, you wronging bastard. You're wronging, lad. That's the end of Jimmy. You're down as a wrong.
Oh, okay,
Um,
I don't hear this.
But
Right?
that's totally untrue, isn't it? That's totally untrue. Jimmy isn't a wrong one.
I ain't a rotten Lambie's back again.
You fucked my sound up there.
Lammy, why did you think that
No,
was
it
okay
sounds
to?
fine.
Emma, I think you need to fucking. Sorry, Emma, what were you
No,
going to
but
ask?
I'm just asking you. Why did you say you were going to go after me? I'm just asking you a simple
No, I
question.
never said that. What I
I've got
said.
the clip
Yeah, you
of
did.
it,
Right, go
Lammy.
and
I got a
play the
clip.
clip. Play the clip then.
Play the
Because
clip, Jimmy.
No, I ain't got it
Jimmy,
on me. Like,
but
it's on
Jimmy,
my
I
phone.
didn't say that.
On
I said
laptop.
what I says was that Emma, if she ties herself with Jimmy, I'll end up getting targeted because of Jimmy. No, nothing
There
to
you
do
go.
with
End
me.
up getting told because of Jimmy
Oh
by
no,
you.
Yeah.
the one I heard was said I'm going to go after Emma Cockrell. You actually said that out your mouth, and it was a direct one.
Well, go and let me hear the clip and I'll apologise.
And that's why I came over to
Fuck
your
your apologies, man.
channel and put a
Emma, wait,
comment.
shut up, Jimmy. Emma, wait now, right? Because if you can
Well,
show
shut up. Show
Right,
some fucking respect.
I can definitely
Or fuck
get,
off.
I can definitely get you that clip, like, because I've,
Aye, please, Emma,
yeah,
because
I will
if I've said
definitely,
that,
yeah.
I've said it by mistake. Because Jimmy, right? I don't
That's all
know,
that
right?
fucking practice
I don't
fucking
know about
I don't
fucking
have a
what.
problem
say
with you,
half the
Lammy. I
time.
haven't
But
got a.
Emma, see Jimmy, right? I don't know how you and
Yeah,
Jimmy got
it's all
meeting,
turning
right?
on
But
Jimmy time.
I got told about this war cry publishing, something to do with Paul Sykes or something, right?
Yeah, the one who's got Brian on
You're
a
right talking
Crown
about this.
Court charge, and the one who's been threatening to get pictures of me and distribute them all over the place. That one.
Yeah, careful. He might be trying to, you know.
What, Jimmy? What are you saying? Can I talk to
Yeah,
Emma or
I
what?
know you're a little deviant, Lamb. You little sly little fucker,
Emma,
but
see if he keeps
I
kicking
don't
me
know
off,
what you're
I'll go
talking about.
live
What
and
are you talking about this
talk
for?
to you. Right, now I don't know
Before you
who
come out
James
to
Boyle is.
apologise.
I
Said,
heard you. Jimmy Boyle was the one that. There's Jimmy Boyle and there's Jamie Boyle. I keep getting the two.
I
You
think
are talking
once.
about this. I
Yeah,
don't know
just
why he's talking
yeah,
about
carry on.
that geezer.
Why do you keep kicking me off, Jimmy? I'm trying
Because
to.
you people have the habit of
Well, if I'm
liking people
telling
that
lies,
talk
if
about
I'm
stuff they
telling
think
lies,
what
then
you're
you've
talking
nothing to
about.
worry about. If I'm
Trying to
telling
get
lies,
people
you've nothing
fucking
to worry
nicked, aren't
about.
you? You fucking trolling postman trats.
Emma, why is he panicking if I'm not telling the truth? That's
I think he's panicking because Brian's at Crown Court and he got
how's
remanded
Brian
recently
how's
through the
Brian
person
getting
you're
on?
talking about. Brian's
Right,
really
right,
poorly,
right.
Lammy.
Tinfoil, his name is. I hear somebody
Yeah,
says that.
yeah.
Right, right. Sorry, Emma. So
Mhm.
tinfoil, this tinfoil guy is an author or something, right? I watched a program about a prisoner called Paul Sexton, and I think it was something to do with him. But this was about 3 years ago. Jimmy was.
Paul Sykes, the child
Ah,
rapist.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Remember
yeah.
Jim? Remember, aye, that tinfoil's an asshole as well. I think he done a homeless thing.
Mhm.
But Jimmy was with him about 3 years ago, right? 2 seconds.
Ask True Media about that
Yeah,
one,
well, there you
Lammy.
go. True Media, you know True Media, like,
Yeah,
and I know
ask
True
True
Media.
about that one, and
True
he'll
Media,
tell you.
True Media will back me up on this. That Jimmy was with fucking that tinfoil, right? So that's what made me.
Jimmy was with him. That's
Aye.
absolutely ludicrous. When was
No,
that like?
listen, honestly, Emma, right? Because see, when he was in with Decker, there's a bit of feedback coming in.
Hang on a minute. I'm just going to save something here. I'll let you come back on in a minute, Lambie. Just in case I've got to tell you what you might think you already know, but you don't know. A few years ago, before I was speaking to him, I used to speak to Maria, and I came up with this idea of trying to infiltrate that place. And I sent emails
Yeah,
to
yeah,
him.
yeah, 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 yeah,
All right, so go on, carry
yeah,
on.
yeah.
So you
I
were
don't know if you
trying
knew
to,
about
so
it.
you were trying to infiltrate.
Yeah, and it was all documented. I was trying to infiltrate him, and I said
Yeah,
Maria
yeah.
knows about it.
So would it be fair to say you're maybe trying to infiltrate Emma?
I think she knows. I've been to fucking England. If I was trying to do that and I was sussed out, I'd be put myself in a very vulnerable
But Jimmy, I
situation.
got told you make your money by doing this, mate, and that was before.
Oh, here we
Because
go.
I
Here we
see
go.
when I found out Emma
All right,
and
okay.
tinfoil.
You
When
just
I
sit there
found
and
out
waffle
Emma
away,
and
my son.
tinfoil didn't get on right, I was like, well, how the fuck's she sitting with Jimmy then? Because Jimmy and tinfoil were fucking mates, and that was what I knew 2 years ago.
Fucking mates with him. I never spoke to him.
Jimmy,
And I don't even know if that was in
you
the other
wanted
end of
him to
the
do a
email
book.
because I got an email from the
You want
company.
him to do a book about the northeast fucking shit with Paddy and all that.
What?
I'm fucking
Oh,
telling
mate.
you,
Keep
Jimmy.
smoking the crack.
I know True Media, and I know
No,
a
no,
lot
I'm
of people
listening. I'm
behind the
listening.
scenes.
Keep
I
talking.
know True
I'll shut up.
Media.
I'll
I know
mute
True.
myself.
Right, mute yourself. I know True Media, and a lot of people at M1 was behind the scenes,
Don't
right?
tell
And
me
I'm
what to do.
shut up. I would tell Jimmy, why are you doing this?
I'll
That's
just
all
do that. Right, are you going to sit down, shut up, and behave like a good dog and speak when you spat out? Or are you going to leave by yourself?
I'm not going
Right,
anywhere.
I'm spitting it out.
I want to warn Emma.
Are you recording this, Lambie?
No, but you are because there's an echo.
Why did you accuse Gay J of being Postman Pratt?
Emma, so can I just ask you a question? How did
Hang on,
Jimmy
answer
approach you?
me answer this.
Emma, see if he
And then
Jimmy
keeps
I'll
what?
kicking
speak.
me off, I'll go live and you can
How
come out
did
to my
Jimmy
one.
what?
How did Jimmy kind of meet you? Because I know
Right,
that.
so believe it or not, I used to have a little beamer bonnet about. I think Jimmy did a live one time, and I had a little beamer bonnet about him anyway.
Yeah.
And then my friend, my very close friend, his son was in Thailand and had been involved in an accident.
Mhm.
He was arrested in Thailand, and it was a nightmare for my mate. They were sending numerous amounts of money over there. You know, it's like with the barristers and stuff over there.
Yeah.
There were 25 grand, this, that, and the other, and they still couldn't work out what he was actually saying. The charges were anything like that. So I was out of trying to help my friend. I asked Maria if she would put me in touch with Jimmy
Yeah.
because I needed to ask him some advice because I knew he was in Thailand.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask him some advice on what was going on over there. And he explained that that was a lot of money to send. He explained what the charges were because it was all in time. My friend couldn't make head and tail of it. And he tried to really help. And that's how we began talking.
Yeah.
And then obviously the house started getting targeted and
Yeah,
different
yeah.
things like that, and that's how it all happened.
See, the thing is, I get it, right? Because fucking you're going through a lot of stress now with Brian and all the rest, and then you've got all this shit on top of it. But this is what Jimmy does. He fucking inserts himself in people's lives, right? I'm not. This isn't me try. And then
Lambie, I didn't even mention you. I woke up in the morning after GC had sent me loads of messages on Instagram, private messages calling me a pedo. Next thing I wake up in the morning and you done a 3-hour live titling my name. So why did you inject yourself into this?
I've not got it. I'm just trying to talk to him. Did I call you a pedo? Like? I don't know what that.
Are you going to speak to me, or are you?
What's general got to do with? What's general got? What's general got to do? What's general got to do with me trying to talk to Emma? I've always had
Look, are you going to
respect for
talk to
Emma.
me? Are you going to do what you're told on my panel, or are you going to fuck off and do your own live? I'll give you the choice.
Well, what do I hate to do then?
I've got questions to ask you, Lambie. You can speak to Emma too, but you got to answer my questions too. I had messages sent to me on Instagram calling me a pedo, and then wake up. I never mentioned you. I never even like pressured you at all. All of a sudden, you set up a live during the night.
Jimmy, you're forgetting
asking me
what
to
you've done.
come on because of what I said about GC. Why
No,
did
no,
you inject
no,
yourself?
do you want to know what?
Never
No,
did
Jimmy.
nothing to you.
Jimmy, you
Nothing.
did. Yes, you did.
Taking on other people's problems.
Jimmy, you did. You came on my panel and started asking me about if I had my kid underage and all that. You couldn't. So didn't give me that. You came
When
on
did
my
I say
panel.
that?
You came on my panel
Oh,
and
yeah,
said,
yeah.
no.
I got an opinion about it. I asked about it. I questioned you
Aye.
about it because it was going on about there that you were screen recorded fighting Irish's daughter.
Right.
And I asked you about it. You said no. So that was it.
And then
What's up with that?
no, you didn't even say all right to me. So anyway, so I didn't ask you. I asked around a few folk, and they told me that story about you and Jimmy Boyle. I don't know who Jimmy fucking Boyle is. I've just heard the fucking name.
Why don't you ask me then? Because I'm the one that you're accusing.
Aye, but I'm more bothered about Emma because fucking I didn't like the way you moved.
Yeah, but how do you want to be? Because I live in Thailand.
But Jimmy, Jimmy, you've done this before with Decca. You've done this before with Dave. You've done this before with fucking Babs and Banter.
And how many people have you trolled and set up
Listen,
accounts?
you move in with people and then you destroy them.
What about when you was trolled by a humble driver and he put pictures of your dad
Emma, ask yourself this, Emma.
Has he put pressure on? Has he got something on you?
Can I speak to Emma? Can I speak to Emma?
Does he know you're a nonce?
Let me speak
No,
to
you
Emma.
can't.
Right, I'll wait.
No, you can. No, you can't.
Emma, ask yourself what's Jimmy getting out of this? That's all I want you to ask yourself is common sense. What is Jimmy getting out of this?
I know, but because right, so I'm listening to what you're saying, but Jimmy has been to our home, right? So Jimmy has known me at the depths of despair, and I mean when I was suicidal, when all this shit was going on, and I couldn't understand how it come to that, where there was drugs put in my house and this, that, and the other, right?
I feel for you.
And when the house was being attacked at the same time, and I couldn't speak because he had me silenced, right? So I couldn't even stick up for myself.
But remember,
right?
Tony
At the depths of despair, Jimmy had been there. He came straight over to England. I've met him face to face. I've spoken to him face to face. There's generally no other sides to Jimmy with me and Brian. He's been nothing but helpful. He went out of his way to help with regards to the investigation, collecting information off neighbours, stuff, see who was going in and out. He also was on the phone watching cameras and even affected his own life, right, with his own family, because he was on the phone watching cameras and trying to bloody sort me out from trying to commit suicide daily. So
Emma, see the problem is
hang on, Lambie. If you don't answer, I'll just put you backstage until you can answer. What are you trying to accuse me of? Just cut to the chase.
Can I talk to Emma just 1 minute? To Emma, right? Because I used to talk to you when Tony Burkett and that done the same thing. They would come in.
Right, North East Syndicate is saying here, Jimmy, and North East good lad. He's saying, maybe why don't you and GC, because there's enough going on with the other ones.
I've got nothing to do with GC. Just jumped on my life
and draw a line, maybe.
Listen, Emma,
what do you think about that?
What's that, mate? Emma, I've got nothing against you at all.
What do you
I,
think, Jimmy? Do you think we've got
What do you
enough?
say again?
I don't know. It's up to you. What is
By getting it
um
separate ways.
Northeast
Emma,
doesn't usually get involved like
Emma.
that neither. He's just
All I want to say is I'm nothing to do with GC. He comes on my panel from time to
so he's
time.
not like somebody who's like in the midst or thick of arguments and stuff like that. He's
No,
just genuine.
I don't, Jane. I'm more worried about you. Because Jimmy befriends, he fucks up at the end and fucking leaves in. Look what he done to Babs and Banter. Look what he done to
Look what it done to
fucking.
me.
But Jimmy, you're renowned for this, Ken.
I know. I'm just explaining
I
what
never dog
if you
stuff.
just
No, but you go into a camp and then you end up
exactly.
leaving it.
I know that I know what your feelings were when that was brought to your attention. You immediately were absolutely gutted, right? And to say that your kids have been out there bloody hell 1,000 times, do you know what I mean? In the worst possible way, they were trying to say that you were bloody having affairs with your niece and he's put his
Yeah, it was
arm
bad
around
at the
this one, that
start.
one.
Well, funny you say that. There was
Right?
a
There
Dylan
are
Lam account. Now, wait a
absolutely
minute, Emma.
horrendous
There was a
things being
Dylan
said
Lam
about you,
account
Jimmy,
in
and I
Jimmy's chat
totally,
earlier. And
totally
Jimmy,
Shut
why
up,
did
understand
Bambi.
you.
You want to talk to me? Shut
Jimmy,
up.
Jimmy, why did you? Why
We
did you
finished
not get
talking to
rid
him.
of that account,
I just pointed out because
Emma?
Northeast had said Emma told like
Right.
Jimmy, so that's the reason I pointed out. Not because I'm putting not because I'm saying sort it out
Emma,
or whatever. It's just I'm just saying Northeast doesn't usually
why did my son's profile not get removed,
say
Jimmy?
things.
That
So I just
Dylan
pointed out
Lam
to you.
one.
Sorry.
What son's profile? You saying
My
I've got something
son's
to do with that?
profile, that blag account, and my son's pictured called Dylan Lam.
What's happening there, Jimbo?
It
I
was
don't
in
know
the
what he's
chat.
on about.
If you scroll up,
What's
there's
the
an
name of it?
account. There's an account called Dylan Lam. If you keep going up, that's my son's. It's a channel that's been doxing
Now,
my
you
son.
should put that in the back check, you twat.
Well,
But how did Humble know that you were on that panel the other day, and why did he suddenly jump on? So
who are you talking to me?
I don't know. I just think they're all intermingled.
You talking
Myself
to me, Emma?
with the ginger rat, and
I've
I just
never,
can't understand
Emma.
why
You can't
they're
say I'm
being
talking
used
to
on
Emma. You
If
know
there's a
what I
mob,
mean,
can I
YouTube.
do
Is
that?
Emma.
the fact there's
Can
people
Emma hear
asking
Jimmy?
to
Can Emma?
share women's images and also Humble Dryer, wanting to set people up for grapes and stuff like that, and you've heard it out their own voices. I can't understand why all these people are getting passes with the worst unthinkable crimes. Do you know what I mean? Same as when your child was
Emma.
being
Wait your turn
doxxed, you
to
mean?
No,
speak,
I don't
Bambi.
think Emma could hear me there for ages because fucking I was trying to talk to her and I don't think.
No, I could hear you.
Aye, but I don't
Perfectly.
think Emma could
Just
hear
keep,
me.
don't shut. Speak when you're spoken to.
Well, hurry up and
No, I
speak.
couldn't hear you. No.
I knew she couldn't hear me there.
Oh, right.
Fucking Emma, you know I'm
All right,
nothing
my
to
bad.
do with Humble,
My
right?
bad. Right. I'm back.
You were talking to Humble when Humble was after me and going against me, so I'm not. But Jimmy,
I never once went against you, Lammy, because I didn't know about you. It was
I
only
know,
I
when
mate.
didn't
I
go
I
know.
against
realised what
Bambi.
Humble
I know,
was.
mate.
I realised how disgusting it'd been to you. And you know what? Even when I was speaking to Humble and he went against True Media, I was the first one to fucking put him straight. And I went, here, don't be speaking about
Yep.
him to me. And
Aye,
that
you
was the
did.
beginning of the fallout because True Media is more of a man than he'll ever be.
Oh,
Right?
aye,
But
big up David. Big up David.
yeah, fucking
Listen,
an
no,
absolute lovely lad
Emma, I'm
who
going to
has
bounce.
been targeted by
The
Humble,
dogs
lost
in
his
him.
job recently.
Emma, I'm going to bounce because Jimmy keeps kicking me off, and I'm just about to say what I'm trying to say to you.
What?
But if you see if you genuinely
Hang
want
on,
to,
Lambi. Why did you try and throw Gay J under the bus, saying that so doing Postman Pratt? Why did you throw Gay J under the bus, saying he was part of the Postman Pratt account? He's gone. He likes to ask
Yeah, I
questions, but
actually
to
seen
answer the questions.
Iceberg.
Anyway,
Everyone against Axel. I actually seen Iceberg admit, and so did other people, right? Because I got pointed to it off other people. But I actually seen Iceberg gloating about going through people's Facebooks, right? And getting Jim's kids. And that what happened to Jim Smith, I don't
yeah.
care what anyone says, was absolutely horrendous. But it's the same thing's happening to Jimmy as well. It's like horrendous. But when I seen that with Jim and his beautiful little girls' faces put out there, and Iceberg and the rest of them gloating about it, I was absolutely sickened because Jim's a lovely man. And them
I've got a
girls,
lovely daughter.
they're his daughters, do you know what I mean? They were, Iceberg was
Good
in the
for this
chat
dark
saying,
side.
one works, hold on, Iceberg was in the thingy saying, in the chat saying, oh, she works in this place, that place, the other place. I seen that with my very own eyes and I've got a screenshot of it. But she's been welcomed back into the fold, hasn't she, after fucking doing all that? Disgusting, a lot of it. I think it's all
Yeah, she
disgusting.
kicked out.
Children are
Got kicked
innocent.
out for a while after they
They
had pulled
welcomed
over.
him with
I think
open
she was
arms.
isolated for a while. Yeah. And big up to Julian and I'm sorry, Julian Shuffling for standing up to Dave and Iceberg
Mm-hmm.
because they were the ones that
Because
outed her. Well, they kicked her out rather.
they've got so much to say about other people, but these are the worst of the worst. At the end of the day, the Iceberg needs to start looking after her own kids, right? Instead of jumping on YouTube all hours of the day and night. I mean, how can you be on YouTube for that amount of time when you've got so many children? I find it hard jumping onto panels and jumping into chats, and I've only got 2 dogs and Bobby and Brian. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Just got no
Well, the
priorities,
thing
have
is,
they?
she's putting herself in a predicament having children in the house and getting involved in quite serious dramas online.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I stand with that one.
No, it's disgusting, a
You have
lot of
to
it.
listen
And
to all
she's
this
got
shit
so
going
much
on. I
to
don't like.
say, calling everyone slags. This, that, and the other. Wait till Scouse Gemma gets a grip with her and all that. Fucking hell. Well, yeah, I'm 52-year-old and know what I've been through more than what fucking you've ever been through and what Scouse Gemma's ever been through in life. Do you really think that the threat of a fucking clown coming to my door and knocking me out and fucking under me CCTV cameras, do you really think that that's going to bother me after what I've been through? You're joking, aren't you? No
Oh, by the
way.
way, Iceberg, there was no direct threat to your kids.
You've
You have
got
to
no
take that
room to call
out of
anyone a
context.
slag Iceberg because you were fucking wife swapping with your husband and he accused the woman from the wife swapping, right, of being a rapist. He was actually charged with wasting police time and false allegations against a woman,
Yeah,
right?
trying to
So
get a
how can
compound.
you call me names? How can you call me names, you stupid old boot?
I think she was involved. I think they were part of the combo, and they were hoping they were
Of course
after a
it
bit
was.
of wife
Of course
swapping,
it was.
and
Well, she
basically a
was.
pair,
She
pair
was
of
with
whores, both of them.
the woman's husband.
Yep,
Right, and the
I
one
think
that
it was a
Dave
plan.
went to the what got charged with when he said that she'd caused him severe injury up his wherever, his fat ass. She was with the husband of the couple,
She also had lost
and
her
he's
job
got
or had to
harassment.
leave.
He also has harassment on his thing as well. So listen, come and post me up because I don't give 2 fucks, right? See, posters, I'd fucking love that,
Post
mate.
for a
Because you know
poker.
what? I've been called every single name you could ever wish to be called. So do you
We can
really
all
think
put
I'd give a fuck
posters up.
about a few posters, right? Fucking go on, do it because you just give me a bit more publicity.
He
I
also
dare you. I
threatened the
dare you.
woman.
I double dare you. Because you know what? I've got Donna Rumble as well. Fucking telling people to go to child schools and put QR codes up. I've got Donna Rumble out of her own fucking gob saying go and plaster a church with posters. Come on, go ahead. Get it done. Daft cunts. That's your
A few
language there,
bits of
Ice Queen,
paper
so you
out
can
and
understand me language.
must pop on my live at 1. Oh, look, he's all up your arse now, man. He didn't realise his words had come back to bite him. Oh, sorry. Can we be friends? Lambie, go fuck yourself. Oh, dear.
You were
The
right,
other thing
Springer.
was he also tried to intimidate the woman to say, he said, if you don't drop the charge or something along those lines, if you don't do what I'm telling you, I'm going to tell everyone in the school that you work for that you're protecting a pedo or something like that. It's in the newspaper.
Went to the school. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I'll have
even
to.
takes the piss out the old woman now. Actually goes after
Oh, that's
women, like
terrible. Yeah,
goes
I know.
after, right, says anyone want a fuse box doing? Actually goes after women, loves going after me. Um, But what are these people about? They've got no backbone, and then you've got a stupid woman who should be looking after children in all the troll chats, calling people slags, fucking this, that, and the other. Look after your children. What are you on YouTube constantly for, you weirdo?
I noticed when
And you
Humble
know
was
what,
on
Dave? I
Davies
don't give
live.
two fucks. Come here with a loudspeaker, you'll get it wrapped around your fucking head.
I remember when Humble was on yours and Davies live, and every time Humble had something to say back, he directed it at you rather than him.
Exactly.
You can't meet someone man to man, can you, Humble? Little Jimmy Togans trying to pretend that I'm a grass or something, and that's why I didn't want to meet up because I wouldn't turn my camera on. You were in Phuket. No, I've got the video. It proves you said you were in Bangkok. You haven't been chasing my fucking shit, running around in circles for 3 days.
You're the worst of the worst. And know what? Kebab's messages, direct messages, are coming out tonight, right? They're coming out whether you like it or not, right? And it's where she's saying she's got people
Oh,
ready to
God,
do the
you want-
campaign on me with posters and stuff. So come on, let's get it on. I know when she's going to
Okay, we've
go to
got
the
another.
police about me again,
I just want to
like she
talk
went
to
to the
him.
police for
Wait a
2
minute.
minutes,
Wait a
Jim.
minute.
Like she went to the police about me the other week, right, and accused me of doing something to her car, right, when it was her own son because she wanted Humble to go back home, right, and certain people heard exactly what was going on and knew she was going to the police to try and blame
I'm
me
going live at 1
for
o'clock
going to
because
Scotland.
Jimmy keeps
Also,
Oh,
ban.
2 minutes, Lammy, because that's really important. This, when she's coming into my comments on my posts and saying that I'm creating fear, alarm, and distress to her, and she's going to the police again. Listen, love, I didn't mention you. You came onto my comments, so crack on, kebab. Go on.
Lambie
Sorry,
wanted to
Lammy, go on.
pass on the message that he's going on. He asked you to come on his live at 1. He
No
thinks he
problem.
wants to tell you the truth.
No problem. I'll go on his live at 1. You can come on, can't you?
I've got no problem.
No
He's either
problem.
going to tell lies about me or he thinks he's got the truth about
I
me. Either
just
way,
don't.
I'm not really fussed.
Jimmy, I know what you're about. I know exactly what you are. I know what you're not. And I know that you have been one of the ones that never doubted any of this, even when close people who I thought were my friends, and it destroyed me when they weren't there, because I was on the phone to these people a lot of times a day and it got me through bad times when Brian was poorly and a lot like that. And you know what? Like, certain people were really close with me, and it was like, even, do you know what? It's sad. It still upsets me. I've got no problem with him. I totally understand why, but like, you never doubted me once. Not once have you ever doubted me. And I
Yeah,
know, Jimmy, that you've got no ulterior motives. You've done things and wasted your whole days for nothing, not a single penny, and lost out on work because of me, right?
yeah.
So you've got no ulterior motives whatsoever. I know that.
Oh, yeah, I know I ain't. I'm not fussed about what he says.
Right, I know that. And do you know
All
what,
right, then.
Jimmy? I'll say one thing to you now, right? If right, so if I needed, you knew when I was in hospital, you knew what I was in hospital for. Nothing ever came out. That's over a year ago, right? And do you know what, Jimmy? If I had to tell somebody now, my matter of life or death situation, you'd be the one of the people that phoned to talk it through. So that's how much I
Yep,
trust you, Jimmy. End of.
yep.
And there's nothing anyone can
Okay.
say that'll ever make me change my mind, because the person that stayed with me through all these lies and everything, right, for no ulterior motives, not for money, probably ended up costing me, sent me bloody fire extinguishers and different things to help me when these people were targeting my home. And yeah, so what? It was a fire, it was a, what was it called? Non-starting pistol, wasn't it?
Star
To
pistol.
sort the dogs out, right? So what? And you all like twist it round. I was firing out windows. No, what you don't realise is the dogs were absolutely skits to death from all the fucking fires and things happening at the house and trying to put the windows through. This is before the guns came out, right?
The wolf would
And
make
the
a good
dogs
guard
were
dog.
skits to death. So Jimmy, out of the goodness of his heart, had looked into how can the dogs be
Loud bangs. Oh, the voice has gone, sound has gone, Emma. Am I? Oh, better get on the phone call. Was that a lot to say to Jimmy at 4 a.m. on voice note, but run away panel.
out. Right, so I just need to clear this up because this is really important. So Jimmy, out the goodness of his heart, checked how to train dogs, right? And it says starting pistol is what a lot of the dog trainers use, because
They
don't
use that for
forget
training, yeah.
Wolf's a big dog, right? He's a Blue Bay Shepherd cross with a German Shepherd. He's absolutely beautiful, but he is a handful. So Wolf was getting very, very protective, where he was like any little noise, he was straight onto it. So obviously things happening to your house like that does have an effect on dogs. So Jimmy did send that to me, right? And he was trying to do a good thing to get the dogs out of the stress because they were fighting with each other, him and Eli, and both of them were edgy because it was like constant attacks. So then he read up and he
Yeah.
realised that you couldn't train a bull terrier with it. And he went, Emma, you can't train a bull terrier with what I've sent. Now that thing was never ever fired, never ever used, never nothing, right? And it was asked to be taken away, right? And I thought it'd been put out of the way, like into a tip thing, right? The person then told lies, said I'd travelled with him, which I've got the cameras to prove I didn't. Twisted it into they seen me firing out of a window when a few weeks later there was a double barrel thing coming out. Apparently I was hanging out the window, firing like the OK Corral when someone came with a double barrel shotgun. That's a total lie, right? So yeah, I've probably ended up costing Jimmy money, right? And a lot of stress in his home life too, because I expected him to be on the phone 24/7 because I couldn't get my head round the fact that, hold on a minute, I've gone down there about him setting me up with a gun, and then it's ended up, fucking hell, I was incommunicado. Good job Jimmy was watching the cameras that night and seeing what he's seen as well, when I
So,
was
yeah.
locked up, because they didn't even know where I was. Brian and Bobby didn't even know where I was. So imagine I'd gone out of here in the evening, tea time, about 6 o'clock, got down to my bungalow. Then I was incommunicado, couldn't tell Brian or anybody where I was. And then the next day I was interviewed at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I was told there was a massive parcel of drugs there, right? Then I was kept in till 24 hours. They'd run out of time to get an
Yeah.
extension. So at the end of the day, if it hadn't been for Jimmy watching the house, and the night before, they were all in the chat saying Jimmy won't be able to stop the fire when he's watching the house burn down and all that. So come on, you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes here, but I'm going to make sure every single one of you know, because I'm going to put it all out there before I fuck this YouTube off completely. But every one of you, right, is going to know what's been going on behind the scenes, and it's sick. And you know what? Jimmy has been there through thick and thin all that time. End of. He doesn't flip flop and sees behind you and then like distance himself. He doesn't like say, "Oh, I'm not going to answer the phone to Emma because she's got a police investigation going on and all that." No, he's a true friend, and that's that.
Yep. Bobby and Brian too.
Yeah, and Eli and Wolf, and you tell Wolf
And I will get.
war stories.
Yeah.
Wolf
Yeah. I have a
Wolf
lot of
listens to you, doesn't
conversations with
he?
Wolf. Yeah,
Yeah,
he does.
yeah, he does.
Intensely.
Yeah, so
All right. Well, see what Lambie's got to say at one-ish, whatever he's at.
well, we'll go together.
I don't mind, he can say what he wants, then I can go and counter it. I know what I
Mhm,
have done, I know what I haven't done, so I'm not really bothered
mhm.
at all.
Yeah.
You-
So
uh,
anyway, what was I going to say to you? What was it I wanted? Proof of, proof of, I want the proof of Gemma and all of them, why they've reacted so triggered and why they are so triggered regarding the Northeast when they're in the Northwest. I want to know why they're accusing me of being responsible for putting Anton's name out. And I also want to know what has triggered her so much into that absolute vile little mouth of hers coming out with the things she did. Because it only tells me that there's something to
what
hide.
tactic I used.
Hmm.
There was on another part of YouTube, some two people were going back and forth with each other, and he said some of the person was is quite clever. I mentioned his name, drawing anything, and he said he was quite clever, and he said, "Is there anything you want to tell us, Surf, about the arrest?" And he came out and he confessed all these speedo shit that he'd been arrested for. Truth of the matter was, he didn't even know. It's exactly what I did with that hands on just then.
Eh, eh.
Oh dear.
It's terrible, isn't it? Ice Tramp got a cheat calling any woman a slag. Don't forget her and her husband for fingers parties. Mandy, you're spot on. 1,000,000% you're spot on. And you know what? The vileness, right? But I just think, hold on a minute. You have got past the area. But apart from that, why are you in the midst of everything? Why are you not watching your children? Do you know what I mean? And if we then raise the question again, why did Dave message numerous people asking them for money when they'd split up? Because they'd split up regarding a telephone of the sons, what was bought, and things were found on the phone. And Icy Baby didn't want to do anything about it, so Dave left because he was fuming. Now, if that was a lie, why were you lying to that extent and saying your son had things on his phone? Or, come on, what's the truth? Because either way, it's not right, is it? But you need to be more of a mother because, see you, I've been watching you, knowing I've been silenced, Ice Queen, and you've been blocking me out of places as well and silencing me even more, right? I've been watching you and the times that you go, that you're in them comments on them lives and morning, noon, and night. Who is looking after your children? You weirdo.
One thing about Iceberg is we used to have a spanner in my chat many moons ago, and I found out from another mod that she was blocking people after I'd
Yeah,
left.
that's what she does.
At
Blocks them
least
behind the
my
scenes.
stays on. But
Blocks them
I'm
all
gonna have to
behind the
go now.
scenes.
Someone's coming.
2 seconds. She reminds me of Radar Rat. No, like somebody could go into a chat or they could be alive in the depths of despair on YouTube and like nobody's ever been that channel before. Anyone mentions Dave, she's right there. I don't know what goes on. I think
So
they've
what?
got like radars.
You
Fucking
coming as well?
weirdos. And they're all deviants, Jim. At the end of the day, what we're saying here is they've all got past what right have they got to call anybody. Do you know what I mean? So, Dave, get your loudspeaker because Don Humble's already put it in a message that you're supposed to be coming around with a loudspeaker. You're supposed to be putting QR codes outside the local high schools. I find that really weird that you lot need to go target high schools, as you called it in the message, which I'm going to give to Jim to put up, right? QR codes outside nearest high schools, like the QR codes for the free pumpkin party on Halloween at Paddy's Farm. How weird was that? When kids could have gone there thinking there was a pumpkin thing and could have been. Paddy's got an attack dog, which is a guard dog, which he rightfully has a right to have. So why were you wanting to send little children into a situation like that? Right? So get your QR code sorted. Also, Donna, remember Amanda's style. We've also got you saying on the same message that you were paying somebody, in the same context as the message about Dave with the QR codes and the loudspeaker. You were going to pay somebody to go and plaster the altar up of my church. Well, my church isn't like an old-fashioned church, like what you sickos probably go do your satanic rituals in the grounds on a night, right? Mine's a Christian, like up-to-date church where everyone's happy clapping. Doesn't have altars, so no sacrificial lambs here, kidder. Right, so Iceberg, Donna, Gemma, get your proof out there. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
เธออยู่ไหน อยู่ในรถแล้ว